Warning, this video contains suggestive material and adult themes only suitable for audiences ages 18 and up. All scenarios are completely fictional and implied to be fully consensual to all parties involved. Viewer discretion is advised. In theaters this Friday. This film is not yet rated. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Ask your doctor if AstraZeneca is right for you. Side effects may include headache, nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting. If you experience an erection lasting more than 4 hours, please contact the Guinness Book of World Records. In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories. When it comes to people who love Crusader Kings 3, I'd say there's about 3 different kinds of players. The first?
Well, hey guys. I did my best to restore classical Rome using mods on the workshop and some personal flavor mods. Isn't that neat?
The second?
The world is mine! Ha ha ha! I've conquered the whole map! World domination! Everything belongs to me! My dad totally loves me!
And the third?
This is my harem. I have a wife, 3 concubines, and 46 lovers. No mods or debug menu enabled. I love each and every one of them except for the ones that I deem expendable, and they all love me in exchange. Why yes, I'm single. How could you tell?
And if you've ever seen any CK3 videos on my channel, you'd know I'm most definitely the third guy. Well, except for that one time I was the second. Anyway, we've got a fun campaign for you guys today. We are diving back into the wonderful world of Westeros with our handsome king, Fabio Suave. Valentine's Day just recently passed. Wuthering Heights is a big thing right now. Love is still in the air to those who hold their breath for it. And I just wanted to do a little something spicy to celebrate while we're still unmonetized. But before I reveal today's campaign objective, allow me to explain to you a little bit of the inspiration of where it came from. So you see, I've been noticing a lot of posts and videos on social media about spicy literature, smut, if you will. It's a great thing, honestly. Anything that makes a woman more comfortable publicly disclosing their horniness is okay with me. And I'm happy they found their own niche way to enjoy themselves with novels, because everyone knows men can't read anything other than furniture instructions, and that's partly because they come with pictures. But one thing that I've noticed about smut is that it's not particularly good, per se. I don't know. I don't really read smut like firsthand myself, so I can't really say, but every time I see a snippet or hear a prompt or something, it's just something like,
by my waist, pulled me in close, and gave me a big kiss. And then we lived happily ever after. Me in my and grabbed my and
So, since I think I can do better, I will be making my own attempt at some spicy writing. So in today's video, we will be reading some short, smutty stories that I have coded into the seduction schemes of Crusader Kings 3. I have never coded before, I have never modded before, so doing all of this from scratch was very demanding of my brain power. But anyway, I have 10 scenarios to share with you guys today, which is a lot, and let me tell you right now, these bad boys vary in length. A couple of them, when I started writing, they were just some half-page bangers. Ended up getting a little too descriptive, a little too creative, you know, we were a little bit lost in the sauce. Some of these hoes is 2 pages long. I'm not even gonna hold you. Varying tiers of quality, you know, like we've got your rare and your common and your uncommon, then we've got like super rare and secret rare. We're gonna be seeing some of those. Actually, some of them are secret rare because there are particular seduction schemes that I cannot trigger unless certain parameters are met. So yeah, we've got some fun stories to read today with some special guidelines applied. For one, we didn't use any AI. This is all off the dome, from the heart, straight from the bowels of my own depravity. This is what being a real eater and a real yearner gets you, people. I'm him. No explicit language. We won't be using any like curse words or vulgar descriptions for the sake of keeping our writing both interesting and as YouTube friendly as possible given the context of the subject material. This also means no explicit mention of sex organs, only just metaphors and allegories. So yeah, let's get things going. For the traits, we got the intrigue focus. Our personality is literally just lustful, as always. We are beautiful, pure-blooded, and fecund with the Dragon Rider trait for flavor. And today, just for the hell of it, we are going to go ahead and throw on the Seducer trait off rip. There's no point in working towards earning it. The whole point of this campaign is just to read the seduction schemes, so we'll just need a little help getting to them more successfully. So, you know, it's only fitting. Gosh, what should our house motto be for a campaign that's all about seduction?
It ain't nothing but a number. It ain't nothing but a number.
No. Yep, that'll do it. Okay, Fabius and Copperhead are ready to go. The world is ours. If you've been here before, you know that it is always customary for us to come over to the Targaryens here and offer to ward Rhaenys. And you are also going to see I have the debug menu enabled. That's because we just need to keep an eye on some certain values and tweak a couple things as we go along. I'm not going to be like giving myself 1,000,000 gold or like making everybody love me or anything like that. You'll see what it's for whenever the time comes. Oh, and also we can invite Maegelle Targaryen to court, and she will bring with her Jaehaerys, Balon, Alyssa, Sarah, Visera, Gale, Viserys, and Daemon. That's a good little free way to get a court full of Targies. And we are just about ready to pick our first maiden for the first seduction of the playthrough. I'm so excited for this, but before we get into that, I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much for helping me break 10,000 views on our first CK3 campaign video. I love you guys for that. Thank you so much. You are the reason why I am still making videos on this game. I've been having a ton of fun just immersing myself in the world of Game of Thrones because I had never actually seen the series up until recently. I had my first watch through like a couple months ago, and my friends and I, we all just thoroughly enjoyed A Night of the Seven Kingdoms together on Discord. So it's just like a great time to just celebrate and be a fan of George R.R. Martin's writings. But also, again, like, thank you so much for the support. I do have a lot more like scenarios and campaigns that I want to do videos for you guys. Oh, and thank you for helping me reach 200,000 views on Reddit. I did a personal campaign, and King Fabius ended up having this amazing daughter named Daenys. And I don't know, the moment she was born, I just felt such a strong connection to her. I just had to share with the CK3 community, and it turns out that everybody there loved her as well. So we may be doing something with Daenys in the future too. And I don't know if we'll keep the name Daenys. I'm kind of thinking of renaming her to Diana. I think I like that a lot better. But yes, the Suaverian universe grows. Hopefully we can get some more lore for King Fabius going on. But while I'm thinking about it, dude, let's change up those threads. This is going to be all about romance. We need to look the part. Do we get some cool headwear going on, like a crown? Oh, speaking of headwear, totally wanted to share with you guys, I did make a personal investment into my streaming setup. I got myself a nice little microphone cover to mitigate all my plosives so I don't blow your eardrums out whenever I make a P sound directly into the microphone. So now I got this cute little koozie on my microphone that makes it look like a Russian Jamiroquai. Hell yeah. My boy cooking. Out here looking like Fabio. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited. I don't even know who to pick right now. First off, let's get our coronation poppin'. Let's actually, like, become king. Okay, so who's gonna be our wingman, honestly? Somewhere between Borman Baratheon and Aemon Targaryen. What do we think in chat? No better wingman than a stag, honestly. Borman's gonna be our boy. All right, chat, so how we knocking the dust off? What are we about to get into? How's about this? We'll start things off on easy mode. I need to find a female, unmarried, that is... How many beautiful women are in the realm that are unmarried? Oh, 2. That's more than I thought there was going to be. Lara seems nice. Can we invite her to court? We can. Nice. Okay, she's beautiful. Authoritative, forgiving, trusting. What the fuck? The one time I find a good woman to settle down with, I'm doing a whore playthrough. Oh my Christ. You know what, Lara? Come on down. We'll be happy to have you. And it'll be very easy to seduce her. You know what? I think this will be our first one. Let's see what happens. And now we wait. The anticipation is killing me. This is gonna be great. The day for my coronation has finally arrived. Look at how majestic and handsome we look. That's odd. This seduction scheme is almost over. We didn't get, like, any little, like, prerequisites, like offering her a gift or taking her to a dance. That's strange. Is it because I'm in the middle of coronation? Okay, great. So, let's get some legacies going on. For sure, noble veins. And bounteous loins for that +10 fertility and 5+ attraction. And, yeah, vibrant court just for the vibes. We'll get another one in literally just a few points. But in the meantime... Oh, wait, what the hell? We're getting this at the very end of the seduction scheme? Okay. Ooh, a steamy encounter. This is a good first one. Okay, before we get started on reading all of this, stop reading. Don't read it. Don't read it yet. I'm going to toggle the events tool and just change a couple things here, and then we'll be good to go. Well, this is kind of odd. She's still clothed in the bathhouse. That's, Ah. Well, that doesn't help anything. Can we maybe, like, change just what she's wearing for this scene, then, I guess? Oh, this will be a pain. Hang on a second. Okay, well, we put her in the dynastic Dornish soiree, so that kind of made things a little bit better. Wait a minute. Is she clothed because I'm 16? Oh, no. All right, well, you guys, we're just going to rock with this one for now. This is our first... go figure that I put all this effort into making this campaign work right, and then I do like a simple blunder like this. Whatever, the scheme is successful. This is the steamy encounter. Weary from my diplomatic travels, I retreat to the sweat hall, one of my favorite places to relax and unwind. As I decompress in one of the hot baths, I notice a delectable figure shrouded in a thick mist lurking in my direction. It's Lara, wearing nothing but the fumes of the atmosphere. Her voluptuous hair is decorated with crystalline drops of dew that occasionally roll down her shoulders and chest as she prowls toward me. If I had not remembered my kingly status, I would have mistakenly stood before her, but parts of me, regardless of kingship, are already at attention. Good evening, Your Grace. Her voice drones through the dark tiled halls as her toe pierces the water of my bath without so much as a ripple. Her alluring siren eyes hold me captive as she wades forward, eventually turning around to sit in my lap and lay her head over my shoulder. Ooh, this is getting good. I'm all excited. I'm like, ooh, bitch, what happens next? And I wrote it. I imagine your travels leave you quite filthy and exhausted, Your Grace. That's my job. Lara reaches her arms above and around my head to play with my hair. Without a second thought, I find my watery hands emerge from the basin to tenderly massage her breasts as the steam from our appendages dances across the water's surface. Her hips slowly whine into my waist. Do you miss the Iron Throne while you're away? Some of it. I mindlessly respond while trailing kisses up her wet neck. I sure miss mine, she retorts while sliding her hips forward and down, mounting me under the water. All of it. I pant as the cloudy atmosphere and intense pleasure makes it almost impossible to breathe. Her moans bellow through the bathhouse in a way that could shake every lingering drop of condensation from the walls. The stirring of her hips pulls the water and all of my senses into a spiral. After reaching a temperature so high under a pressure so tight, I eventually let loose all of my steam, leaving both of us exasperated and in need of a slightly cooler bath. Loaded! What a wonderful welcome home that was. Goodness gracious. We did it, you guys. We got through our first seduction scheme. That is one off the list. There's 9 more to go, and I'm afraid we may actually deadass have to wait 2 in-game years for the next one, so we're not, like, completely clothed in a sauna. Oh! I didn't account for this. There's something peculiar about my vassal Lady Aliana. Is it the way she smiles, the unmistakable peal of her laughter, or perhaps the kind way she treats everyone, highborn and commoner alike? I cannot quite put my finger on it, but at least one thing I know for sure. When I am in her presence, I find it hard to focus on anything else. Are we serious, dog? Oh, nah, bro. We're milfing it this early into the play? No. I refuse to be distracted by any woman. Girls are icky. Uh-oh, what's going on here? My wingman needs a little pick-me-up? Bro, don't you have a bad bitch at home? What's going on with this? You don't want Lady Alicent of Tarth, dog? Man, this is just the lover's playthrough, isn't it? Those dreaming expressions and wistful sighs can only mean one thing. My vassal Lord Paramount Boromund is longing for romance, even though he is married. Perhaps I should put my matchmaking skills to the test and ease his suffering. He would surely be grateful. I must focus on my own love life. I would love to. We gain 25 intrigue for this and flirtatious for 10 years. Or we could gain a whole lifestyle perk. You know what? Just for the fun of it, we're spreading our love and merriment and our hedonism around. So let's just hook homeboy up. So you already got a bad bitch at home, so since you're married to the bad bitch, you gotta have the affair with a good woman, you know? So we'll go with a kind heart and a personality. He needs somebody he can relate to, you know? And as for our next dynastic legacy, desirable match? Yeah, that's canon. Let's be that. Oh, nah, bro, what did you bring me? I've observed Lord Paramount Borman for some time now, and my conclusion is certain. I was wrong. He seems to care little for personality. He must prefer power or attractiveness in a partner. Now that I am a little more acquainted with Borman's desires, I have made a list of potential matches. Who would suit my vassal best? It's gotta have to be Simala, because the other ladies are older. Well, I mean, this really narrows it down. She's humble, lazy, and sadistic. Let's see how he likes Lady Simala. What if, like... Oh, uh-oh. Oh, hey. Lara, what you doing with all that over there? What do we do? Hey, listen. No, hey. We were just having fun, remember? Listen, you guys, in this particular playthrough, I don't necessarily care about heirs or anything. It's all about the maidens. It's just, we're here for the ladies, all right? Listen, Lara, I'm gonna need you to do me a solid. I need you to hold this down for me. I need you to keep things a little bit under wraps. I don't want to gain fornicator. I'm thinking that we will, you know, we'll keep it pushing. We'll keep it gangster. We'll keep it OG. Just hold that for me. You be all right. Okay, so how will these two break the ice? How about a thrilling hunt? Hell yeah. I mean, well, she's lazy. She probably won't like that, actually. I'm afraid I was mistaken when I thought a hunt would be a suitable activity. Yeah, I called it. It was almost painful to watch Simala struggle. She kept to herself throughout the whole sad affair, not even sending a single glance Borman's way. It's time to face my defeat. Borman and Simala will never be. Hey man, you know what? That's alright. His wife is hotter anyway. Matter of fact, I might, you know what? Let's... Don't mind if I do, okay? Waste not, want not. You know what? I'll probably be 18 by the time we actually finish another seduction scheme. Who should we go after next? Who's our next victim? Body count number 2. Uh-oh, something I said? Our baby mama's mad at us. I'm gonna keep it real with you, Lara. You were low-key just like some training wheels, so I'm not gonna stress over you. Oh, hell nah. They got Amanda Aaron betrothed to Dennis Derry? This dude is on his way out. You know what? I feel like a gambling man. What are the odds that he will die before our seduction scheme pops and there's no penalty because she would be unmarried by then? He's 69, thank you. So dead within the year, maybe? We can give it a try. It'll be very hard to seduce her though because she's chaste, but I'm rocking with it. Let's give it a try. Oh, 5% potential. Jesus Lord. Oh, and it's discovered. That's neat. Oh, wow. The High Septon has learned Valyrian. That's a feat. Ooh. Listen here, Billie Jean. That kid is not my son. Get me on Maury. I don't care. I'll act a fool. An odd smell. Waking up in the morning beside my lover Lara, I sigh and stretch out languidly only to catch a glimpse of my beloved wrinkling her nose. I open my mouth to inquire further only to have Lara recoil even further. Listen, Fabius, my love. She starts quickly, as if the words were tumbling out of her mouth by accident. This is difficult to bring up, but you've not been smelling particularly fresh recently. Dumbfounded, I give my armpit an inquisitive sniff. Well, perhaps she has a point. We need to find a way to fix this, or I gain whiffy for 10 years. Hell nah. Ugh. Oh, we gotta find something to do about that. Perhaps some mint? I like the smell of lemon. Pomegranate would be expensive. Give me the fucking pomegranate. I love pomegranate. Fabius's perfume. Yes, oh my goodness, giving me my own brand of pomegranate perfume. I'm ballin'. Pay up. Okay, so now I can choose like the accent note. So cardamom, nutmeg, or cinnamon. Frankincense, pomegranate, frankincense. Oh gosh, let's do cardamom because it's like a little citrusy, a little peppery. It's got some oak notes to it. I think that'll complement pomegranate well. Ooh, sandalwood would be nice. And also, we may have to abandon this scheme. I do not think this is gonna work. That dude didn't even die. Oh, and she's with child. You know what? I'll just let it fail. We'll see what the 5% brings us. She really is having that dude's baby. Congrats on being a future single mother. Okay, so let's see here. We've got dried grass. The white powder should reduce down well. Oh, it's camphor? Camphor powder. Oh, vetiver. Vetiver and camphor. Okay. Ambergris. What does ambergris smell like? They said that shit's whale vomit? A blend of sweet, earthy, musky, marine, and woody notes, often likened to tobacco, sandalwood, or sun-dried ocean driftwood. A rare, waxy substance produced by sperm whales. It starts with a foul, fecal odor, but matures into a subtle, sweet, oceanic aroma over time. What the fuck? Low-key might go with that, actually. Low-key, give me the fucking whale caca. It's now or never. Amanda will be mine. Wait, did she just have that baby? Yep. Ooh, the sting of rejection. You see, I didn't count on any of my seduction schemes failing for this playthrough, so I didn't change any of the code of any of these. But just for the fun of it, let's just do it in the moment. Let's do it now. So this was seduction outcome 4001. So 4,000, those are the failures. So we just come over here and find 4001. That would be, yes, the sting of rejection. You see the title matches here. So we'll just take this, paste it into here, and then with a flick of the wrist, and then hit Control S, and then potentially crash my computer. Come on, come on. It's thinking. It's thinking about it. There we go. She not feeling you, gang. Get your musty, dusty, crusty out of here. Oof. Okay, so no Amanda Aaron. That's fine. She's spoken for. Okay, we're 18. Let's see if we actually can seduce somebody now. Oh, why is she a known criminal? Oh, as a tyrant. That's crazy. And she's a fornicator. How that? Oh, single mom. Single mom. Next. This one's pretty and lustful, but I'm not loving the hair. We need to have a little Princess Diaries moment going on right here. What can we change this to? Ooh, I feel like a Puerto Rican in this hair. Oh, I feel Puerto Rican in this hair. Oh, hell yeah. All right, that works. All right, Ella Stillman, come on down. Let's see here. You are a resentful ravener, lustful, greedy, stubborn, naive. Maybe you would like a rose? Yeah, she will. She will like a rose. The teats. Bro, I have never seen any of these before. You seduce one bad bitch that births your kid on the low. How is he doing, by the way? You named him Man-Free? Oh, hell no. I'm riding through the realm... I'm riding through the sixth of my woes. I'm riding through the realm with my benevolent Lara when we find ourselves deep in the Riverlands. Our loving frolic is paused by the emergence of two grassy knolls looming into view on the horizon, drawing a titter from both of us. This particular tract of land is popularly known as the Teats, for its not-so-subtle resemblance to a woman's bodice. Though tilting your head suddenly, they remind you of a pair that you are intimately familiar with. My lord, Lara speaks unwarily, snapping you from your reverie as she responds with a smile. Something on your mind? You manage to keep your eyes from drifting to the hills writ small as an idea begins to form. Look upon these teats, ye mighty in despair. The teats will be renamed. Oh, we can rename the teats to Lara's teats. That's so corny. No, we're not doing that. Not for the training wheels. Wandering hearts. Who is this? Tonight, for the dozenth time, I find myself lounging next to a guttering fire with Elena. Her company just feels so natural, so easy, like she's been staying in King's Landing for years instead of weeks. If only Elena agreed to stay permanently, then these long, lazy evenings could last forever. Of course, with the right nudge. Oh shit, wait a minute. We got him flocking at our door like this? She's a Westerosi Valyrian. She's lustful and deceitful. We dig that. Fashionable too. Hey diva. 74% chance we lay with her. Ooh, we got her. You lay with Elena, lost 15 stress for being lustful, grew closer to forming an intimate relationship, and she joined our court. All right, girl, let's find you a little something to snap on. You in my court now, you gotta be dressing fly. Oh, I like this noble woman one. That's cool. I don't really like red on blonde, only if it's lingerie. Everything is red on her, Jesus. Why is red her dynastic color? I guess it's from being High Valyrian. Oh, I like the Tyrell dress on her. That's nice. You know what? She's gonna be our little rose, our dragon rose. That's cute, right? Oh, here we go. I can equip my perfume as a trinket. There we go. It has notes of pomegranate, aromatic cardamom, smooth sandalwood, and sweet earthly ambergris. Low-key, I snapped. That's a good one. Swollen belly. Oh, hell no. You got another one in the oven? What we doing? I thought I told you the first time. Next seduction scheme. Ooh. Ah! Okay, the nudity works. Gonna have to censor that in post. A voyeuristic exchange. Ooh, excuse me while I set the scene. On a quiet night on the way to bed from my study, I spot none other than Ella peering through a cracked door down the hall. As I approach to ask what she's spying on, the answer nearly bewilders me into speechlessness. Beyond the sliver of door is a young, strapping stable hand and one of the housekeepers romping in a great fervor, entangled amongst each other in a cyclone of bedding and flesh. Understanding Ella's curiosity, I playfully whisper into her ear, "You know, it's not polite to stare," startling her into a hushed, bumbling panic. Before she can utter a cohesive thought, I cover her mouth from behind and redirect her attention through the door. He seems quite good, I tease, as my other hand finds its way under the ruffles of her gown. Do you have an interest in men who are gentle with animals? My breath runs hot against her neck as I begin to massage. Ella breathes as deeply as she can, with a hand smothering her lips as she tries to keep her composure. Oh, why is there an end quote there? That's not supposed... Sorry, immersion break, hot fix. I knew something like this was gonna happen. There we go, there's the little bugger. Okay, delete, save... Gone. Okay, solid. After melting through my fingers for a bit, Ella reaches behind to unravel my ever-tightening breeches and promptly guides my sword to her sheath. We emulate the lovers, illuminated by nothing but the ribbon of candlelight flickering into the corridor. Their amorous bellows of pleasure took the place of sounds we couldn't utter ourselves, at some point even matching the same rhythms and strokes as we so delightfully observed. After a while, Ella could no longer vocally contain herself. In an effort to remain undiscovered, I hold her mouth shut like the gate of a stronghold as she implodes under the stress of our dance in the shadows. The air from her nose steams forth along with a suppressed harsh groan that nearly draws the lover's attention to the hallway. As she falls to her weakened knees, I ensure her silence by finding a rightful place for an implosion of my own, deep in the back of her throat. By morning, the maid had some extra tidying to do outside her chambers. I hope she enjoyed the horseman as much as Ella enjoyed me. Oh, Lord. Little peeping Toms, these two. Okay, another one to the collection. That's 2 out of 10. We're doing great. We're officially 1/5 of the way there. I tell you what, how about for our next one, we do something that requires me to have a specific trait. So I'm going to go on a hunt, so that way I can gain the hunter's trait and unlock potentially a new scenario for you guys. My unsubtle rival crouches in the leafy bushes ahead of me, fully concentrated on the approaching buck. I glance around surreptitiously. This might be the best opportunity I get. Oh, wait, what the fuck? Oh, I have the opportunity to kill Jaehaerys. No. Oh, hell no. You can keep that to yourself. Hunts like these are pure joy. Can't wait for next year. Okay, yeah, so now we're a hunter. Great. Now we gotta go on the hunt for our next lady. Why don't we do Elena next? I think that'd be great. Arrange an introduction. Maya Gaunt. Oh, well, she's a pretty little thing. You know what? Couple years older, I'll consider it. We're gonna put you over here. Ooh, another hunt. This one for Borman Baratheon. Yo, Borman, are there any honeys at the hunt right now, bro? Alyssa Target. Hang on a minute. Yo, she's gay, but still married to Balon with 3 kids. You know what? We're doing it for the love of the game. Look at us. She'll go for us even though she's gay. Works for me all the time IRL. I move while her husband Balon is distracted. Ah, Alyssa, 'tis a fine day for it. I trust you are enjoying yourself. I open nonchalantly. Nonchalant as fuck. I'm almost certain her smile is more than just polite. There is nothing better than a good hunt. Alyssa seems to have reacted warmly to my gambit, eyes afire as she nods vociferously. When she leaves, the tension is palpable in every pleasantry. I knew I would find the right words to win her over. I think she's on the hook. You guys, we are so in this lesbian's pants right now. It's for sure the deep cut open blouse with the over-the-shoulder braid. I'm telling you, it works every time. Even homosexual women can't resist our charm because we just look homosexual ourselves. Ooh, a long time coming. Oh. If I want this to continue, however, I might have to start putting in far more effort. Nah, I think we're good. I think we're cool on that. She can hold those 2 kids and just, you know, scoot doodaloot doot doot. Okay. And? Oh, we got a steamy encounter again. Fuck. Oh, damn. I wasn't expecting to get the same one twice, but I guess that's totally a possibility. Oh well, we all know about this one. Stirring of the hips beneath the water. She rode me like a Valarian seahorse. Yeah, vibes. Okay, well, welcome to the team, Elena. Oh, Lady Jenna Tyrell married Tyon Dane of House Dane. Dawn brings light. Wow, that is quite the matrimony. I am going to destroy it. Let's give this a try. I need a brunette on the team. We've got all redheads and blondes and platinum so far. Oh, dude, she's honest. This is... She's gonna blow the whistle on this so bad. Girl, you're pregnant with your 3rd kid. We have waning love and you've got your 3rd kid on the way. Bro, I'm sorry that I'm doing this to you, low-key. Like, I feel bad. Like, she's great. Like, she's an amazing young woman. And here I am just keeping her on the side like this. Just pumping out little Suavarians. Oh, Visera Targaryen comes of age, arguably the most beautiful Targaryen to ever grace Westeros. We shall be keeping a close eye on her. Oh, cool. I crashed. All of me. Why not take all of me? Can't you see? There's no living without you. You took the part that once was my heart, so why not? Why not take all of me? Do 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 do. Why am I crashing here? What the fuck? Perfect opportunity to go grab a little piece of chocolate out of the pantry. Now, why are we crashing right here? Like, what's going on? What am I doing? Like, we're encountering something. No, it did it again. What the fuck? We might have a problem. Why am I crashing right there on that day? Okay, so in order to help switch things up, let's like host like a feast or something. Maybe if we just change the trajectory of what's going on. Okay, that was a good feast. This is the day right here that it's supposed to crash. Now that all that's done, okay, I think we're in the clear. I don't know what combination of data it was with me seducing Janna, Visera coming of age, me getting that little tutorial pop up here. Something was crashing my game specifically on the 16th of the second moon. But I think we're officially past that, so let's refocus on seducing Janna. Whoa, 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 hey, perhaps you can help me with my sword play. Pause, bro, why is this the only option? Come on, aspiring blade master. Oh no. One of my love interests died. Para Frey. One of the Frey girls just dropped dead. How? In a fire. That's kind of on the nose for that house, I guess. And now we're it's now or never. Come hold me tight. Love me some good Elvis. Okay, Janna will be mine. In any other court. You gotta be kidding, bro. This is one of the only schemes I didn't overwrite because it had to do with seducing somebody long distance. I thought that when it said seduce lover over long distance, it was gonna be like a completely different empire like Dorne or somewhere in Essos. I didn't know that the Reach was gonna be considered a long distance courtship. You know what that means, right? That means we have to load back to here after finally getting over the hump with all those crashes. Okay, it's close. Hopefully it'll be different this time. A steamy encounter for the third time. You're shitting me. I hate to like break the immersion of this, but I really need for us to get a seduction scheme that we haven't had because there's 10 of them, okay? We rolled with it in the past, like haha, we got a steamy encounter twice. No, like we need progress. This video is gonna be 1,000,000 hours long. Come on, come on, come on, no whammy, stop. An evening at court. Oh, this is new. Okay, here we go. And you know what? This is totally something a Tyrell would pull too. Here we go. As a long day of tending to kingdom affairs comes to a close, I find myself overwhelmed and aggravated that I, the king, must be subjected to such trivial matters of the realm. Just as I'm ready to depart my throne, the echo of footsteps grows louder throughout the hall. I thought I told the guards there will be no more hearings today, I shout. But the guards have left a while ago, and the clicking of shoes on stone persists in my direction. It is none other than Janna, who once in my sight approaches the throne with a curtsy and addresses me formally. Good evening, your grace. If I may burden you for a moment of your time, I have a most urgent and burning request that requires your expertise and attention alone. You may proceed with this burning request, I respond. She continues to speak while inching towards me and gathering her frock. You see, your grace, my fields are in desperate need of tending. I haven't had a strong hand to help with tilling my soil or spreading my seed in so long. She rises the steps of the throne to show me up close her silken legs and fertile patch of land wrought with growth. She prods and spreads. Your grace, this poor crop has nearly run dry. It beckons for a king that can channel a trench so deep that it never runs dry again. Janna mounts the iron throne with me firmly seated within. From under the bell of her dress, I brandish my tool from its shed and firmly press it against her. She angles her hips and allows herself to fall as I break ground in her garden. She lets out a quick, sharp sigh, but I cradle her face and breathe life back into her with a passionate kiss. Jana is a lady very capable of tilling her own fields, but I'm flattered she so desperately craved my tool for the job. I break from the kiss to croon at her lips. You don't need me to water your crop. It was already wet as rain. She continues to stir atop myself and the throne, thirstily pumping my spigot until it floods her fields just as she so hastily desired. Surely this deeply planted seed will result in a most bountiful harvest. I must admit, it was one of the better requests I granted a subject of the kingdom that day. Hey. Anything for my loyal subjects, you know what I mean? Okay, Tyrell in the bag, that makes 3. And we've got like a major house, that's a big one. And it looks like the whistle was not blown on her liege, like we didn't get found out or anything. So we're totally in the clear. That's huge. Now the question remains, who are we going to seduce next, and which seduction scheme are we going to get in turn? I tell you what, let's get a little bit messy for the next one. I want to do something fun. How about we fuck somebody's wife? Like, really fuck somebody's wife. That always sounds fun, don't you think? Okay, so we're gonna go for Lady Diella Targaryen. She's married to Roderick Arryn of the Vale. Ooh, hard seduction scheme. That'll be okay. Oh, what is this? Away from the others, I came across a cottage housing one of the most beautiful people I've ever laid eyes on. You know, you seem nice. You seem like a nice lady, but this is low-key how you get lover's pox. So, I'm gonna have to, you know, keep it pushing. What a beautiful etching. Oh, great. Marilla Warrener sent us nudes. Ew. I think a public viewing is in order. Shame her for it. You know, is this Lady Dayla? Am I reading too hard into this? I feel like it'd be Dayla if it were 1 L, but the 2 L's is what's making me think Diella. Maybe she's got some Dornish heritage in her and it's Daella. Lady Diella Targaryen. She seems like a reserved individual who prefers silence as a companion. At least that's how she appears on the surface. Who knows what sort of person she is in private? Oh, that's great foreshadowing for what we're about to get into. Is she meek and submissive, or perhaps passionate and fiery? ¿Por qué no los dos? Ooh. And somebody found us out. Oh, she really don't fuck with us. Oh boy. Ella had one of our children. That's nice. Ganos. That's a pretty name. I like that. Strong name. Too bad he'll never know his father. Oh, wow. Back to back. That's your 3rd kid with me, right? Wow. Congrats on scoring a hat trick by yourself. I love making strong, independent single mothers. They're unstoppable. The world should thank me. And Elena is pregnant with another one. Wow. See, I just keep I'm Louisiana over here. Les en bon temps roulé. Keep the good times rolling. So just before the Diella seduction scheme pops, we are going to do a little manipulating here. So let's see here. Her ID 52247. We are going to add trait chaste to 55247. It doesn't show up here. I think it will eventually. Maybe. I think it's because she has like 3 traits already. You can only have 3 traits or something like that. So why don't we get rid of shy? That will kind of play into the narrative of what's about to happen. So remove trait shy from 55247. Oh, it wasn't working because I got her ID wrong. Oh my god, dude. Short-term memory is my worst enemy. I am so sorry. 52247. Come on, dog. Okay, so we're no longer shy. And now add trait chaste to 52247, not 55247. Okay, and now she's chaste. And now I have to make myself chaste. 66725. And you cannot be chaste and lustful at the same time. So I have to remove lustful. Then we change opinion, make her love us. Boom. Now all of a sudden, the seduction scheme is still at 5%. Probably because it's been exposed and we're both chaste now. Do I have to reload from the beginning with this? Diella will be mine. She not feeling you, gang. Wow, I am crying over here. Wow. Okay, so we'll try this another way. Okay, we're gonna get this to 70-something%, and then we'll just let it ride. Okay, good. So we're locking it in here. Okay, so she's chaste and married, and I'm just plain chaste. So if this were to pop off, come on, come on. Ah! It's now or never. Please don't tell me that's what her face is going to look like for this screen. Oh my god, you're kidding me. Hang on a second. Bro, oh no. No, dude, no. No. No, bro, we finally get this to work and she looks like that? Oh my god. You stop it. Bro, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Oh my god. Okay. Finally, I think we've got it normal now. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah! Yeah, we got it, baby. Okay, solid. A bull on the loose, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the premium seduction schemes that we've got going on. So, let's take it from the top here. Excuse me. On a friendly visit to another court, I enjoy the company of It does her fucking... I put that lady in there. The route for her coding grabs the lady out of her title. Excuse me. It's always fucking something. Okay. On a friendly visit to another court, I enjoy the company of Lady Diella of the Vale and her husband. We gossip about affairs of the realm when suddenly a servant intrudes to request her husband's presence for an attentive matter. He begrudgingly departs from the room as this rude interruption is disrespectful to his guest the king, but it seems urgent enough that he must tend to it. Not a moment after the end of his cloak disappears around the corridor, Diella leers over at me, erupts from her chair, and drags me to her shared chambers. Oh, you know what? I'm totally forgetting to change up the scene, excuse me. There we go. That looks like a nice somebody else's court, right? Okay. Great lighting as well. The door slams shut as we ravage each other in a storm of hands and lips. Between snogs, I question Diella. How much do you pay the servant girl to call a distraction for your husband? She snaps at my lip with her teeth and scrunches her nose in response. If I paid her any more, she'd be having a go at you too. Garments fly as the excitement rises. Diella idolizes me in a naked embrace. Gods, such a glorious thing. So thick and heft. Nothing like that small-stemmed, piddling excuse of a sapling my husband totes. If you're going to worship it, then at least let me put it in your sept, I imply. She turns around and mounts the bed with a widespread stance. I'll let you put it in my flea bottom. Lady Diella of the Vale wags her tail at me as I graciously accept her offering. The howl she lets out as her husband's bed begins to rock is one of much overdue satisfaction. I thoroughly enjoy Diella's shamelessness in her adulterous habits. Something about the disgusting, unholy act of besmirching some poor fool's wife without care or consequence exhilarates me. I pull on her hair and spur at her backside as she trots against me like a prized horse. Just then, the door swings open and Diella's husband appears.
God speak good. What in the seven hells are you doing?
We continue our romp completely unfazed. If you would be so kind as to shut the door, I'm in the middle of a private council. Diella doesn't even acknowledge him as she's too busy feeling me reach spots that have never been touched before.
How dare you? You corrupt my wife in my own home, in our bed?
Diella puts her face to the mattress and arches as I hammer her downward. She's in a completely different realm, one where her husband doesn't exist. He demands our attention once more.
I will not stand for this!
Without breaking concentration, I offer a rebuttal. Then sit. There's a chair in the corner there. Both Diella and her husband grow red in the face for entirely different reasons. The servant who lured him away earlier intrudes as well. Do forgive me, my lady. I couldn't keep him away for long this time. He looks shocked as Diella's desire for stronger seeds seems to be common knowledge to everyone but him. She turns her half-buried face to answer, her voice shunted by intermittent thrusts. That's all right, dear. Start preparing a bath for me. I'll need it later. At once, my lady. She leaves as slowly as possible to enjoy as much of the show as she can.
This is treachery! I will not have my own house staff conspiring against me!
Tell me, sir, which of these do you think Diella enjoys more? I take turns sieging both of her holds, one after the other, listening carefully to any changes in the song of her pleasure. Does she usually make these sounds, or are they foreign to you?
You will not make a mockery of me! I will have your head!
I pause and turn my gaze to him. Head? Without breaking eye contact with Diella's husband, I rise from the bed, still gripping Diella by her hair, guiding her to the middle of the room with me like a leashed pet, pulling her down to her knees. Without a single command of my own, she begins to engorge upon me in front of her beloved husband, fingers vanishing between her legs as she indulges herself in the presence of true dominance. Still frozen in the doorway, Diella's husband watches on in unfathomable frustration and horror as his wife degrades herself so proudly for their king. I pet her head gently as she does a fantastic job. Diella gazes adoringly as she sifts and sucks and swirls, completely enthralled in submission. He tries again to disrupt our display.
Why, you...
Hold that thought, I interject. I grip the back of Diala's neck with one hand and take charge with the other. She assumes the position and braces herself, mouth agape, chest supported by both hands with begging eyes and a thirsty throat. Diala basks in the height of my delectation as she becomes coated on her tongue, cheeks, and chest. Drunk with a fulfilling lust, she passionately licks me clean while massaging the gift I just bestowed all over her across the rest of her body. I pick up my clothes and walk past Diala's husband. If you want my head, make more than that, and I'll hire the executioner myself. I exit the room and head down the corridor, crossing paths with the servant. Hopefully she'll be more than just a distraction next time. God damn! You guys, we just cucked Roderick Aaron. That was thrilling. Let's see here. Scheme successful, yes. Discovery chance 42. So did we get discovered off of this? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's see what happens if we do this. Aha. Yep. Yeah, he caught us all right. Lord Roderick is a cuck. Oh, beautiful. Lord Roderick is hating from outside of the club. He can't even get in. He's just mad I fucked his bitch in some Gucci flip-flops. I'm moving different. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. I'm a dog. I'm biting the fart bubbles in the bath. We smoking that Whoopi Goldberg, South Egyptian, Fur Burger Deluxe, Mega Million Scratcher, Skunk, Bubba Kush. Hey, Roderick, how my balls taste? Hey, Roderick, how my balls taste? Oh, secret exposed. Oh, whoopsie doopsie. Oh, no. Worth. Give me that ass. Oh, we stopped being lovers. Nah, you come here, girl. No, you earned this. You ain't going nowhere. Bing bong. And you know what would really make a cuck out of him? Remove rival. Become friends. Now I have permission to fuck his wife. Isn't that a happy ending? We bonded over maps. Yeah, if that's what you want to call it. On to the next one. Oh, this is messy. My lover, Jana, revealed that I'm seeing Lady Diala in secret. Ooh, and it looks like some people aren't happy about the news. We lose Elena, which is alright, I suppose. Oh, and Jana's upset about it as well. Well, she's the one that uncovered it, so she should know better. Remember this one from earlier? Let's go for Maya Gaunt. Ah, okay, Rhaenys comes of age. Education at an end. My ward Rhaenys has come of age, and it is time she left my care. Until we meet again. Nice. Okay, let's see what's going on with Maya. Ah, great. A flower blooms in the reach. We got another premium. Excuse me for a sec. On a voyage to Highgarden, I'm joined by Maya in my carriage. It's a comfortable vessel suited for 8 passengers, furnished with dark, accented wood, draped windows, an end table topped with refreshments, and plenty of pillows on the soft upholstered benches. Maya sits across from me, nose affixed to the window at the passing view. Her body language is stiff, fists in her lap clutching at her gown. She hasn't spoken a word on this journey yet. Perhaps she's nervous as she's never left the kingdom, or perhaps she's nervous as she's never been alone with me. It should be a great while before reaching our destination, and I've grown quite bored of the silence. I think I might need something to keep me occupied. The ride is a lot smoother over here, you know, I announce, breaking her trance from the window. She stares at me for a moment before I motion to her with a finger to come here and sit on my lap. She slowly rises from the bench and walks over, a slight hesitation before smoothing the back of her dress and side-saddling me. I examine her pretty face closely while fixing her hair behind her ear and caressing her cheek. I think you'll quite like Highgarden. The castle offers a glorious view of the Mander. I continue whilst moving my hand to the back of her neck, massaging it in a gentle pinching motion. Beautiful flowers of unimaginable color, the freshest of fruits, endless entertainment. I'll see to it that your time there is unforgettable. Maya breaks from her stiffness and smiles, then closes her eyes for a bit as she relaxes in my grasp, letting slip a slight hum as she unwinds. I pet one of her knees, admiring the fabric of her dress while slowly gathering it under my fingers. I lean in close to her ear and hush my tone. It will be quite warm in the reach. I fear you may be a touch overdressed. I feel her weight shift in my lap, reacting to the sensation of my breath against her neck. I let go of her nape and trace my fingers to the back of her raiment as I find the first buttons and slowly disarm them. It's best if we get you acclimated to the climate. I kiss her neck and a slight whimper escapes. As one hand unravels her back, the other has infiltrated her skirt. Maya's knees remain locked together tight until I reach her inner thighs and she spreads without hesitation. Suddenly, her shoulders are bare and smothered by my lips. I reclasp her neck and move my hands as mirrors of each other, as above, so below. The posture of her delicate frame relaxes and lays against me as she fully melts into a state of arousal. She winces and sighs from the kneading of my hands paired with the trailing of hot lips across her neck. Your Grace, I'm going to... I halt my hands. Already? She sheepishly turns to meet my eyes and nods, almost with an air of guilt. Nonsense. We've only just begun. Get up. She quickly stands as I shell her from her dismantled garments, then I guide her body to lay down where I've just been sat. I drag my mouth down her chest to her abdomen, leaving wet patches of skin as I go. Upon reaching her waist, I spread her legs and can't help but admire what I find within. Is this what you've been hiding from me? I tease as my salivating mouth hovers just out of reach. I gently thumb at her petals. There's not a single rose in Highgarden as perfect as this. I begin to prod with crossed fingers while kissing her gently, then firmly with rolling tongue. She whimpers and recoils while biting her lip and clawing at the cushions to tolerate the sensation. As her body quakes and her breath grows sharp, I pull away once more, this time much to her dismay. Each exhale of hers is not a blow of breath, but a begging of please, please, please. I brandish myself before her, draping my kingship between her hips as I hold her thighs apart. I saw back and forth ever so slowly, gliding across her drops of morning dew. Maya flusters and squirms as she maneuvers her hips in an attempt to capture me, but I refuse her the satisfaction. Her voice shakes as she can hardly contain herself. She looks as if she's about to cry. Please, please defile me, Your Grace, I beg you. She's exactly where I want her to be. I release her thighs and lean forward, supporting myself with a fist on each side of her waist. I will grant you your request under one condition. I drone in her ear as my hips continue to press at her gate. As your king, I command you to breathe through it and relax your body as much as possible. You are forbidden from clenching a single muscle apart from your hands. Just relax and breathe. Do you understand me? She whispers back. Yes, Your Grace. Her confirmation is cut short by me swiftly installing myself in her throne. Maya's attempt at any further words collapses into deep, stifled breaths. Bumps in the road as the carriage rides on provides welcome improvisation to the rhythm of our journey. I watch her eyes roll back as I stroke through her. The small of her waist is imprisoned by my forearms as she bears the might of every thrust locked in place. A whirlwind of shrieks and screams escape from her as she finally gets what I've steered her into begging for. Her pleading moans escalate to explicit cries as the unabating pleasure floods through the rest of her. She writhes and wails almost as loud as the wooden wheels trampling the ground outside. I feel a change in her pressure as Maya begins to boil over. She shuts her eyes tight and steadies herself, taking deep, guttural heaps of air from her diaphragm just as instructed. The gasps quicken in succession, each a higher tone than the last. She endures my relentless stride as much as she can before reaching for my arms and squeezing with all her might. Maya belts an earth-shattering cry, her body convulsing under me in a euphoric reprieve. I can see it in her reddened face, the exact feeling I wanted her to experience. Her body is pulsating from deep within her hips to the top of her head and bottom of her feet. Eardrums throbbing, vision hazed, eyes glazed, chest hot with fire. Echoes of pleasure reverberate through her chambers as she still feels the ringing of her loins long after we've stopped. We may not have reached Highgarden yet, but those unforgettable moments I spoke of have already graced us.
Fuck! Jesus, dude. They got down in that carriage. I'm surprised the caravan master didn't hear anything. That thing must be very well insulated because homegirl was screaming for it, all right? That's why they call me a knight of the 7 inches.
Okay, let's see what happens if we try to pull a Lannister girl. And while we're at it, can we do a little something about the fit? Ooh, this maiden's dress is gorgeous on her. Perfect for a Lannister. Do we mess with the hair? Kinda rocking with wavy updo. Let's do it. Oh my god, Lara is pregnant again? Bro, this girl don't quit. I'm sorry that this is the playthrough we had to do this to her. Her and I could have gone all the way if I wasn't on a mission for some fishing. Oh, somebody tried to run off with my side piece. My lover Ella, who's shouting at my courtier Makar. This philanderer won't leave me be for sake of my reputation. I want this to end. Ooh, man. No means no. No means no. In every language. A Lannister, we have to get her a silver locket for sure. Loved it. Oh shit. We got a good one. Okay. On a visit to the Dragon's Den, I'm accompanied by Landra, who has always been curious to see my ferocious beast up close. Upon meeting Copperhead, she is intimidated by his size, but comforted by his commanding presence. I take Landra by the hand and Copperhead lets us aboard. He lowers his wing and we climb onto his back, sitting one in front of the other between two large spines. Wrap your legs around him like this, I instruct. If he were to take off quickly, you wouldn't want to have a loose grip. Landra backs into my waist, grinding her hips into mine. How good of a grip is this? She playfully inquires. I push on her back so she lays flat along Copperhead and gather her dress above her waist to examine her bare straddle. I'm about to see for myself. I unbuckle myself and lurch over Landra's backside to meet her ear. Is this how you pay respects to such a glorious and powerful beast? She arches and pushes back against me in retaliation. I've heard many glorious tales, but have yet to see such power myself. As much as I delight in this debaucherous exchange, I find myself playing right into Landra's little game. She desires me as I do her, but this sort of reaction is exactly what she wants to elicit from me. As ruler of men and dragons alike, I must show her that I am to be feared instead of fawned. I pin a wrist behind the small of her back. This dragon submits to me. So will you. In a fell swoop, I plunge myself into a den most unbecoming of kings and dragons alike. Her mischievous act is cut short with an unholy gasp, as one would unleash when stabbed by such a sword. I tighten my grip on the reins of her hair and hasten the pace of my stroke. The recoil of my thrusts massages her against the texture of Copperhead's snake-like scales. Her eyes roll back as her moans grow more guttural. While in her most exploited state, I taunt her as she had taunted me. Should I praise you the way I praise my dragons in training? Landra can hardly form words to respond. Would you like a fat lamb after being ridden so hard? Can you feel the fire stirring inside you? As the fires of our romp fully consumes Landra, I yank her up by the neck and utter the word, Dracarys, into her ear. The mighty dragon beneath us rises from the ground, bucks his wings, and emits a beautiful array of flames that bounce off the cave ceiling as sparkling embers cascade down around us. She screams, but is silenced by the roar of dragon fire. The heat emitted from Copperhead matched the fires of Landra's desecrated loins. She falls backwards into my chest and heaves for breath as her body quivers in a mix of pure exhilaration and a new, unadulterated fear. It's nice to know that Copperhead isn't the only one in my court who's enthusiastically ridden bareback. Maybe I'm the one who deserves a fat lamb after all that. Ooh! Cuck alert. Alright, well he didn't like that. Does Lara finally lose our lover status over this? No, damn dude, 4 kids and she's still hanging on after all this adultery. We lose Ella. That's kind of alright. I'm not too broken up about that one. Ooh, sorry, Janna. Hate to do it to you. Still our lover, though. Okay, that was a good one. Okay, so which lady's gonna be lucky number 7? Jarella Blackberry. Just, impatient, stubborn, lustful, astute, intellectual, and pretty? Alright, let's give you a try. Ooh, I like this crownlands cot. That's nice. It goes great with her hair already. Yeah. Love it. Okay, Jarella will be mine. Boom. Aha, a most public celebration. Here we go. After a bounteous feast thrown by yours truly, I retreat to my chambers for some peace and quiet as the festivities continue to flow like wine on a warm summer's eve. My balcony is the perfect place to observe my subjects in the courtyard below, laughing and dancing and reciprocating one another's merriness. From behind me I hear the opening, closing, and locking of my door, following the clicking of a noblewoman's heels gracing the tile. I turn to see it's Jarella Jarella, who's infiltrated my dwelling with a goblet in her hand and a gleam in her eye. "Do forgive the intrusion, Your Grace," she pleads. "I haven't had the pleasure of thanking you for hosting such a wondrous evening." She meets me where I stand on the terrace and sets her goblet on the edge. "Actually, I haven't had much pleasure at all." Jarella forces her sweltering lips onto mine, her wine-flavored tongue intoxicating me in turn. Her focus syncopates from kissing my neck to unbuttoning my top. She turns me around and kneels betwixt myself and the stone wall. "Does the king prefer to look down on his subjects like this?" she queries whilst unfastening the belts of my trousers. Without an ounce of hesitation, Jarella begins to feast upon me amorously as I throw my head back in ecstasy. To the unsuspecting onlooker, I only appear to be enjoying the breeze, but no one would be privy to my enjoyment of Jarella's shameless act of depravity just out of view. "You seem quite famished. I thought you would have eaten at the feast," I remark while watching Jarella's starvation take control of her. She replies amidst a flurry of licks, kisses, strokes, and swirls. The feast had plenty to offer, but my hunger was reserved for a king. She swallows me whole for a moment and retreats as slobber courses from her lips. And this is the only balcony in the realm where a woman can find such delicious meat. The perspective of Jarella serving me on her knees whilst my unsuspecting subjects scurry in the background excites me so much that I feel obliged to share the experience. I pull Jarella up from her knees and spin her around, nudging her forward so she braces herself against the balcony. I part her dress and push my way through a passage much closer to her stomach. With my thorough polishing and Jarella dripping with anticipation, I slid in so effortlessly the comparison could hold weight against Valerian steel. Her hands remained firmly planted on the ledge, nearly toppling her goblet as she attempts to withstand the force behind her. I tug at the string of her bodice and watch it unravel down her back as her chest becomes unbound. Her eyes widen as she gazes upon the celebrations below, completely exposed to anyone who much as chances a look in our direction. The thrill of being seen in such a compromising position fills her with such exhilaration and pleasure. Moans and howls of pure indulgence fall on deaf ears as the alleys are drowned with lively bands and clanging mugs of ale. Feeling the intensity build between her hips, Jarella lets out one more rapturing cry before collapsing to her knees into obscurity. I swiftly push her back against the inner wall and use one hand to pin both her wrists atop the ledge as I finish this glorious feast by delivering one final course directly to her mouth. Just then, a loyal subject notices me and incites a cheer from the crowd in my honor. I smile and wave with my free hand as Jarella continues to gulp and gasp just out of sight. Hopefully now Jarella can consider herself to be completely full.
Damn. Talk about being fed. Come back for seconds anytime. That was a good one. Ah, finally! Get off of me! It looks like Lara has stopped being our lover. She was a rowdy one, but rightfully so, because she deserved every ounce of attention that we didn't give her. I wish I could have done right by this woman. I truly do. She sired 4 beautiful children. I mean, just look at Eleanor. She's beautiful. Look at her. Like, she's a spitting image of the both of us. I'm actually almost like a little verklempt. Like, I'm missing my baby's earliest years. What kind of man am I? But it's okay. So with that seduction scheme done, the 3 that we have left are all 3 that I have the ability to trigger, so we no longer have to rely on random encounters, which is good. So our next target is going to be Princess Rhaenys Targaryen. And in order for this one to work, 54309, for this one to work, both of us have to be, what did I say? 54309. Both of us have to be gregarious to 54309. There we go. And then for me, add trait. I don't have to remove anything because I'm literally only lustful. I have room for another personality to, what is it? 66725. Great. Okay. Oh, Rhaenys, you are the son of my knights. That she is. You know, we've got a special connection with Rhaenys. We always ward her every single playthrough. If I'm not mistaken, this particular Targaryen is the queen who never was, right? Like, this is the older woman that's in House of the Dragon later on. I suppose that tracks. Speaking of which, so which one of you guys gives birth to Daemon. It's Balon, right? Balon has Viserys and Daemon. Oh, so he's only 11 right now. So you can see how this playthrough, if it goes on long enough, it just turns into the Dance of the Dragons. That's why this game is so cool. It helps you interact with the world and the lore on such a different level. It's so much fun. Okay, well now let's fuck the teenage princess. Ooh, my lover Jarella lives so far away from my embrace. If she has something to remember me by, something personal, I would rest easier. She can have a lock of my hair? Yeah, just give her a little lock of the hair, it's fine. King Fabius, my seashell. The gift you sent me has quickly become very dear to me. The frustration of so rarely being in your company will be easier to bear with a part of you so close. Aw, yeah, I'm glad you like it. You stay over there, though. We got it. Perfect. We got it. Excuse me. I've received a raven from my old ward Rhaenys requesting my audience to discuss an important matter. This will be the first time we meet since her teachings have concluded years ago. We are to rendezvous at a small cove on a lonely beach in King's Landing, one that I knew to be her favorite place to hide from her responsibilities. As I near the entrance of the cove, the sounds of waves are swallowed within and echoed back, tricking the ears into hearing two oceans. Inside is an enchanting young woman carefully observing the wells of water that each of her steps presses out of the sand. It's Rhaenys, who seems to have changed so much yet not at all. She notices me and comes galloping forth, landing in front of me with a stomp and a smile. It's so nice to see you again. You've hardly changed, and you have grown, Rhaenys. To what do I owe the pleasure of this reunion? Father has been speaking of betrothals. It scares me. I don't think I'm ready for marriage. I believe the skill set is mostly acquired on the job, I console. I'm sure you will be a great bride to any suitor of your father's choosing. She twiddles her thumbs and breaks eye contact. Your Grace. My suspicions rise as Rhaenys has a bad habit of addressing me informally unless she wants something. You were such a good teacher to me when I was younger, and I've always thought fondly of you. You taught me how to be a warrior and a lady. Before I'm married off to some lord, I beseech you to give me one last lesson. She pulls at the lace of her bodice and hastily throws her dress to the sand, revealing a silky bow-clad chemise. Can you teach me how to be a lover? She stands vulnerable in front of me, waiting for acceptance. I'm stunned, hesitant to act on such a request. The young woman standing before me was once a girl that I looked after in court, but she's asking such a womanly thing of me, and to present herself in such a bold manner takes a lot of courage. Rhaenys. She steps closer to me and places a hand on my chest, adjuring with her eyes. I wouldn't want it to be anyone else. I know how deeply you care for me. I want to be prepared, and I know you can mold me to reach my potential as you always have. Her words carry a deep level of trust and faith in me. The resolve in her face compels me not to let her down. I reciprocate her embrace by caressing her planted hand and wrapping an arm around her waist. We fall into each other's gaze as the distance between our lips comes to a close. The red setting sun has left behind a warm glow that ambers the clouds as they sweep over the sapphire horizon. Rhaenys and I lay in the cove, naked and entwined atop our scattered garments. Either she was already a fantastic kisser or she's a natural. I part from her lips to lecture the importance of consent, communication, and connection while playing with her hair and caressing her face. She stares at me adoringly, petting the top of my thigh with the inside of hers. But the most important part of pleasing a man is finding out your own interests first. Men are more than pleased just to be involved in the process. The real reward is you. If a man is good and just, he will spend however long it takes to unravel the secrets of your pleasure. She props herself up by her forearms on my chest. But what if he's not good and just? Then you come running back to me, and I'll take good care of you. Rhaenys nods and kisses me all over once more. We spend a great deal of time spinning amongst each other, kissing, caressing, massaging, exploring each other to her heart's content. After a while, she asks, "Can I try something?" I nod. She reaches for me, intimidated but determined. She moves her hand up and down slowly. "Is this all right?" "It's great." She continues to analyze. "It's warm." "It burns for you." She lets go abruptly. "It burns? Did I do something wrong?" It's a figure of speech. It means I want you. She shakes her head and scoffs, embarrassed but relieved. "Please rise, Your Grace." I stand before her as she readjusts to kneel. How should I begin? I pet her head to guide it while giving instructions. Start with some kisses here, and swirl your tongue against there. Yes, that's it. You're doing well.
Add a twisting motion like this as you move. Good. Relax your jaw. You don't have to worry about holding it open the whole time. Rainey's bobs back and forth as she intently studies every sensation of the process. This act is all about conviction. It's a mirror of how much you desire to be pleased, reflected in the pleasure that's given. Rainey seems to take my words to heart as her body language evolves. Her knees dig deeper in the sand as her legs widen. Her back arches, fingertips slither up my abdomen as her palms find a resting place on my chest. She leans forward, swallowing me deep. As her technique rapidly improves, she begins to moan, mirroring her own desire just as I had taught. I better reward her for her efforts before I can't hold back any longer. Rainey's lays her pretty head back into our nest of clothes. I lean over her with one hand planted in the sand and the other guiding her virgin expedition. She accepts me slowly, a sharp inhale followed by a quivering release of breath and unsteady sound. She wraps her arms around me and pulls my head into her neck. I lasso my arm around her waist and clutch at her in turn, steadily churning through her. Rainey's trades between taking deep, consistent breaths and kissing with spirited groans. Her hips raise to meet mine, so eager to feel every thrust I have to offer. Is this all right? I ask her, ensuring her comfort. It's better than expected, she breathily laughs. Is it my turn now? Your turn to lead. As you wish. I rise to my knees as she quickly sits up from beneath me, placing her hands on my shoulders and straddling my lap to reseat herself. Her hips match the swell of the ocean just behind us, pushing in and pulling out. She kisses me endearingly, her gentle moans and subtle expressions vibrate against my lips. I feel her getting more used to this dance as the pace of her rolling hips quicken. I find myself blotting her neck and gnawing on her ear as I seem to forget this is supposed to be a lesson for her. Her stirs turn to bounces as she loses herself in the excitement, now fully realized as the lover she wished to be. Her head tilts back as her moans kiss the ceiling of the cove as I kiss the same inside of her. I secure the back of her thighs and unexpectedly spring to my feet. Rainey yelps as she's suddenly hoisted in the air, clinging to my neck for support. Her face caught between shock and satisfaction as I drive my hips rapidly into hers. She's holding on for dear life, her screams broken up by each fast, powerful thrust. I deliver my final command to her through labored breath. When you feel it coming, push. Rainey's is too busy trying to survive the onslaught of pleasure assaulting her senses to respond, but I think she understood. Her screams reach a crescendo, her abdomen locks, head thrown back, claws dig into my shoulders as she clings to me. For a moment, she doesn't utter a single sound. Then in a cutting rush of wind, she revives with a deep breath and a throat-wrenching wail. Splashes of ecstasy erupt from between us as our legs drip wet. Her thighs twitch uncontrollably in my grasp as her waist bucks out from under her. I fall to my knees and put her back down, both of us heaving for air. Did I? I haven't the energy to explain. Perhaps we jumped into advanced techniques a little too quickly.
Whew, that was one of my favorites that I did. This one was actually the last one that I wrote. You can tell because it's the fucking longest. At some point, I really just didn't tell myself stop. And I'm a personal fan of both of these options that I left for us. As I just noticed that there's a fucking typo in one. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. Let me find that one. Lessons. Boom. There we go. That reset her posture, whatever.
We'll have to continue these lessons daily until she marries. And maybe for a bit after. And also, good girl, you did such a good job for me.
Huh? And we will waste no time getting right into the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, this one right here is a fan favorite. Everybody in the CK3 AGOT community loves a good Sarah Targaryen. Her reputation precedes her. So we're gonna get this one jamming. Hell yeah. I bet you if I change her clothes, I think she won't be naked in the cutscene for the seduction scheme. Let's go ahead and get her wrapped up in... I have a favorite of hers. Ah yes, the dynastic Miranese dress. This one is a banger. Should we do anything different with her hair? Ooh, hey, hang on a second. All right, you know what? We're wasting no time. Oh, go ahead and hold on to that for me, please. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Sarah's seduction scheme is just about ready to pop. And the fun thing that we do to trigger this one is that she has to be our rival. Yes. First try. Fit for a queen. And she's dressed in this one, which honestly, I don't mind. I prefer. So I guess that's the way that it works. If you change their clothes in the wardrobe, they won't be naked for these things because it's not default, technically, I guess. After months of dancing around subtle hints and double entendres, I find myself in a face-to-face confrontation with Sarah in my study. It seems that our flirtatious game of cat and mouse has left her quite frustrated and determined to take it out on me. She shuts the book in my hands and slides it across the table. Do you know what my least favorite kind of king is, Your Grace? She questions while forcing my chair in her direction, stunning me silent. She plucks and tugs at strings and straps of her dress while continuing to lecture, the kind who's distracted from his kingdom. She determinedly continues, "The realm is full of people who need you to be sharp, to make decisions on their behalf that enrich their lives, to protect them and bring them justice." The remaining components of her gown fall to the floor as she steps out of them, pulling me from my seat by the fabric of my shirt. Her fingers work quickly to unfasten my buttons. But instead, you're too busy making your little passes at myself and other ladies, leaving notes in our chambers and pulling at our hands at feasts for a dance. I know the kingdom is not close to your heart because you're too busy toying with us in hopes that we'll give in to your sordid little flirtations. She yanks my belt from its loops and drops my trousers, gripping me by the neck to seat me against the edge of the table. She grabs at me and begins to stroke while still clutching at my throat. But I am here to remind you that the realm does not serve you. It is you who serves the realm, and today you will be serving me. Sarah takes me hostage by snaking her arm around my shoulders to hold my mouth shut. She strengthens her grip as I throb and squirm and purl. Her massaging technique turns from firm and slow to slippery and fast as I've begun to beat down her hand. She breaches my ear with her tongue and berates me. "Is this what you wanted from me, Your Grace? Is this what you do with the poor unsuspecting maidens of your court? I grow flushed with a mix of shame and arousal as the speed of her hand increases with her level of frustration. Suddenly she pushes me onto the table, my back flat and my feet unearthed from the floor. She raises one of my legs and meets it with her own to lock our thighs in place, firmly planting her foot next to my head. She leans in as she towers over me, pinning my wrist under one hand and reaffirming her grasp on my throat with the other. I look down as much as I can with a collared neck, astonished by this emasculating position. Never could I imagine myself in a place where I am the one on my back with a leg in the air. She shifts her weight to her tabled foot, nearly pressing my knee to my chest as she hovers over me, prodding and teasing with the slightest movement of her hips. It's time that you set your sights on more important matters than flesh. Without warning, Sarah swings her waist down like an executioner's axe and crashes into me. The wind all but leaves my stomach from a single strike. She raises and descends again as her hips thrust angrily. Our bodies are stretched and the ankle is sharp, making the pressure feel incredibly tight. I almost forget she has a grip on my neck until that tightens as well, leaving me dazed and short of breath. Sarah grunts through her assault as she tries to maintain composure while establishing dominance over me. I try to lift my arm or raise my head, but with no leverage flat on my back and nearly all her weight above, I'm completely at her mercy. She slams her hips into me over and over again with unrelenting conviction, all in some sick, twisted effort to make me a better king for the realm. She pants and mocks. "Does this please you, Your Grace? Does it feel good to be exploited? Do you feel ashamed and powerless?" My embarrassment skyrockets and my vision blurs as Sarah doesn't seem to realize how tightly she's gripping my neck. The pressure in my head, chest, and waist all expand and intensify at the same time. I'm not sure which will fail first, my composure or the table. I break and start letting out stifled moans. She's in complete control and I can't contain myself any further. I try to make out what words I can. "Please, please." But even I can't say for certain if that please means for her to stop or keep going. My abdomen hardens and my free leg stiffens out as I brace for what officially can't be stopped. Just as I reach the heights of this degrading punishment, Sarah releases her shackles on me and evacuates the table, leaving me to twitch and kick and writhe as I make an absolute mess of myself. By the time it's over, she's already halfway dressed. I lay there in a stupefied trance, head buzzing as I try to replenish my lungs. Sarah refastens her final strap and departs without so much as even looking at me. Hopefully now you can focus on your duties as king.
I prop myself up by my elbows and watch her swiftly exit my study. I look down at my wet stomach and stained table, feeling disgraced and demeaned, but not necessarily dissatisfied. Perhaps Sarah has done the realm a great service I shan't soon forget.
Fuck! We just got Mommied by Sarah Targaryen. Holy shit. Thank you, Mommy. Everybody say thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, and with that, our final seduction scheme is all that's left to accomplish. And the target of our finale is none other than the beautiful Visera Targaryen, the White Rose of the Realm. Burying the hatchet. You know what? I think I fucked you so good, you probably learned your lesson. You know what, ma'am? Yes, you did. You're right. I think we can be friends after this now. You and Sarah Targaryen stop being rivals. Isn't that just a swell ending? We love that. Landra Lannister is pregnant. Ladies and gentlemen, for this final seduction scheme, in order to manipulate the outcome of the scheme itself, we need to do just one simple thing. And that's marry Visera. She is now our bride. She is the final boss. Without further ado, in the name of the maiden. Perfect.
Oh, Visera, vision of beauty and object of my desire. I have craved you so desperately since the moment I first laid eyes on you. I lie awake haunted by visions of your eyes meeting mine from across the court. I dream of tracing your form with my hands until I could sculpt you from memory. Each breath I take is more unbearable as I grow eternally restless from a lack of indulgence in you. You have set my soul ablaze with dragon fire. You have stolen my ambition for any other purpose in life and replaced it with a burning for you that consumes me more and more each passing day. I just have to have you. Should you feel the same, visit my chambers on a night where the door is unguarded. These are the words I so foolishly penned in a confession to Visera. I contemplate my actions whilst tipping a goblet back and forth on my desk for what felt like hours, until I'm interrupted by the sound of my door unlatching itself. I bolt out of my seat as Visera arrives in my room. I approach her, each step feeling heavier than the last. We stand at the door, tension palpable in the ever-shrinking space between us. I've felt less fear on battlefields in the face of death. My gaze darts between her violet-colored eyes, pillowy bow-shaped lips, and the rise and fall of her chest. I believe you've sent for me, Your Grace? I fix the dryness of my mouth and nod, the ability to speak all but lost on me. She spends a moment looking right through me before slowly stepping closer and bestowing upon me a single, drawn-out kiss. I melt. As our lips part, she places her hand on my chest. And how might I be of service to you, my king? She smiles sweetly. My nerves are suddenly swept away by her warm tone and embrace. I kneel before her and beg for her hand, staring at her as if she's the physical embodiment of an answered prayer. In your presence I am no king. Instead I am entirely and unconditionally yours. In a matter of seconds, we graduate to a fury of kissing and disrobing each other as we fall to my bed. I descend the length of her body, pegging at every inch of Visera on my way down until I'm kneeling at the foot of the bed. I kiss the shape of the seven-pointed star from her hips to her inner thighs before anointing its center with my tongue. She tastes just as sweet as I imagined, like a rose-hip mead that saw me drunk the moment it touched my lips. Her hips gyrate to meet my mouth like waves crashing against a shore. She crowns me with her fingers running through my hair as the thighs draped over my shoulders begin to shake. As the flicks of my tongue intensifies, Visera's legs squeeze tighter around my head, deafening me to the point of feeling her moans vibrate through her body instead of hearing them. She claws at the sheets and bucks her waist uncontrollably, quenching my insatiable thirst for her rapture as I drink from her chalice. Visera pulls me by my wet chin for a gratifying kiss, then in one fell swoop pushes me to my back as she rolls on top. Her immaculate figure ebbs and flows on top of me. If I wasn't already experiencing pure ecstasy, I would be in awe of her body alone. She raises her arms above and embraces herself in a beautiful display of femininity and indulgence. A gorgeous veil of silver locks dances down her back as her hips seemingly move on their own. I grab onto her waist and take lead in her dance, setting a rhythm with intense strokes that glance every pleasurable crevice imaginable. Visera braces herself with her hands planted firmly into my chest. her moans echoing my thrusts as each one takes her closer to climax. My heels dig into the bed, driving my hips up and through as hard and fast as I can. Viscera's eyes stare ardently into mine, pleading me to push her past her limit. We erupt together in a glorious, fervent spark of decadence, then collapse into each other, chests fluttering and brows dripping. She lay with my arm under her neck, exasperated and content. I turn and press my face to hers, pecking at every inch of one cheek while caressing the other. My thumb gently traces her lips as I revel in the wash of euphoria she has granted me. I am enamored by her. She nestles herself into my chest, and I cradle her close. In this moment, I find myself on top of the world. I want to stay like this for the rest of my life. I want to love and cherish her with every fiber of my soul. I want to honor her and shape the world into a place that may never hurt her. But for right now, I want to go again.
Fuck, dude. Bravo. What a way to cap the series finale. That was quite the episode, if I do say so myself. In the Name of the Maiden, hey. And they lived happily ever after. The end. Ladies and gentlemen, marital confidentiality. I am contemplating whether to share something with my wife the next time we are by ourselves away from listening ears. The things I've learned about Laura would be of great... Oh, I'm just... Yeah. We gonna tell her about my kids? Nah. Some things are left better in the dark. Anyway, hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for joining me on this terribly horny journey. We had so much fun. This was so great. I had a lot of fun diving back into my creative processes of writing. I went to college for film school for like a year and majored in screenwriting, whatever. So challenging myself to, write these narratives without any explicits and all that. It was great. It was a blast. I had fun. I am so happy that this whole video is now shot, and I will be even happier once it is edited and uploaded to YouTube for you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on that. It is 4 a.m. on a work night and I'm hungry. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like. It means a lot to me. This whole video from ideation to execution took like 2 months between the writing and the coding. Please check out my other campaign videos with Fabio Suave if you haven't done so already. And be sure to subscribe so you can tune in for more amazing adventures with King Fabio Suave as you have not seen the last of him in the slightest. We're gonna jump right into our next campaign and it's gonna be a lot easier. But yeah, that just about does it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. See ya.